All right, man. Killan Hayes to the bench for the last, for a minute now, and Jaden Ivey has flourished. Some fans are angry that Killan Hayes has been moved to the bench. I mean, you got to remember too, and I was speaking about this on the live Sunday, when the white assistant coach took over in the Clipper game last season in LA, and he took the ball. He took Killan out and gave the ball to Cade Cunningham, and the Pistons flourished. And they flourished, and that's kind of what started Cade Cunningham's, Rookie of the Year campaign. That's when it really started to take off. And what y'all got to understand, Hayes has not worked well with Ivey, and he has not worked well with Cade Cunningham. Now, it's yet to be seen if Cade and Ivey is going to work well together. But the great thing about Cade Cunningham is his versatility to be able to move to the 3 spot. So had Cade and Ivey actually really work well together, and it's still a possibility, you could play all 3 together in a realistic world. But what hurts the dynamic of Cade or Killan playing next to Ivey or Cade is that he has no game without the ball. LeBron don't really have a game without the ball. He'd cut his slash, when he was younger, but he's so great with the ball in his hand. That's the difference. Killan Hayes is not LeBron James with the ball in his hand. At least not yet, or nowhere near close to it. So you got to understand, Killan, bro, like y'all just in love with the infatuation of supporting Killan because people say he can't play, right? And I ain't heard a Killan Hayes fan in a long time. So what y'all want them to do? You want them to throw Ivey on the bench, have Ivey come off the bench and let Killan Hayes flourish? We done seen enough of Killan Hayes. He has to be the primary ball handler on the unit. That's what he is. Without the ball, he has nothing else to offer. He got to continue to work on his spot up. He got to continue to slash and cut without the ball. But to be honest, Ivey, in the last 5 games, his mid-range jumper then went up to 70%. He averaging almost 17 points a game. His player's efficiency rate is, for y'all who love PER, is through the roof. It's going through the roof. And that's all because Hayes is not good without the ball. Ivey and Cade can play without the ball. With Hayes, it's if I don't have the ball, I'm not going to slash. I'm going to stand there on the wing. I'm going to spot up and throw up a brick. And a lot of that can be on Dwayne Casey, not moving him and putting him in motion. But then when you don't finish strong to the rack, why would I want you cutting? He's starting to get there. But I just give it to people like this. If they really believed in Killan Hayes, why would you drive Jaden Ivey? Ask yourself that. If you really believed in Killan Hayes, why would you draft Jaden Ivey? That's the $1 million question. If you really believed in Killan Hayes, why would you draft Jaden Ivey? Better yet, if you really believed in Killan Hayes, why would you draft Cade Cunningham? You would have just took Jalen Green and said Killan is our point guard for the future. They're just common sense questions. I don't be believing what people be saying no more like that. You talking to somebody and you get cool with somebody at work and they say this, that, and the third. This is what I got. Just show me. I'm past the talking period, bro. I'm at the age where your actions gonna show me louder than your words. And if your actions, match your words, we 100. We 100. But of course he is. Of course he is. So at the end of the day, now you seeing him getting double-digit assists, facilitating. And this despite Dwayne Casey. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. If you can play, you can play. And the boy can play. Walking it up, half court. And it's going to be, it's going to be some rough spots with Killan Hayes. It was just a point where he couldn't play. It was just atrocious. And is he getting better? Absolutely. You know? And, you know, he need to be the master of the second unit. He need to master that. But, of course, it had to be an adjustment to be made to see what Jaden Ivey can do as a primary ball handler. Because, really, you don't know what's going to happen with Cade Cunningham. He may never, you know, he may never be healthy enough. Just saying. I'm not saying that's not I heard anything. I'm just saying you just never really know. And Ivey really starting to take off and bust out his... And Killan is being the one constant that drug Cade down his rookie year until they start giving Cade the ball. He drug Ivey down until they gave Ivey the ball. So, like I said, he needs to be better. If you're going to be the primary ball handler, you got to assert yourself. You got to be aggressive. And that don't necessarily mean you have to shoot it. That means you really got to drive with the intent to finish at the... That's one thing about Jason Kidd. They called him Ace and Kidd because he didn't have no J, no jumper. You know? They called him Ace and Kidd. One thing about Jason Kidd, though, he was aggressive defensively, and he was an aggressive guy with a ball in his hand despite not being able to shoot early in his career. That's kind of what Killan Hayes got to go to with that. Like when I come off that pick and roll, or when I drive, I want to finish strong at the rack. Or I want you to think, collapse it, and I'm going to kick it out. That's pretty much it. Then the elbow jumpers got to come into play. That's all. He ain't got to shoot threes. In all due honesty. He don't have to. He don't have to. You know, if he managed that mid-range jumper, it's a wrap. Tighten up and continue to tighten up his handles. But at the end of the day, people getting mad. The experience that ran this course. The experience that ran this course. He needs to be the ex-Mondo ball handler. He needs to be that guy as the ball handler. And for that to happen, the handles have to tighten up. The mindset, he has to be more aggressive. All that has to happen. You know? But, I see what Ivey got, and he taking off. So it's going to be hard to put him back in the starting lineup. Well, he was making so much, so much progress, and people would say, bruh, for one, he still was inconsistent. He still wasn't stringing 3, 4, 5 games together like Ivey is. And Ivey a fucking rookie. He still wasn't stringing that together. He still wasn't putting all that together, bro. So a lot of people got to eat that. It's hard for a lot of people to eat that, bro. There's people like because people say that about Drummond, that Drummond wasn't this, that, and everything was factual, but people just like to go against the grain. You know what I'm saying? That's what they like to do in Detroit. They like to go against the grain. Hayes made some progress, but it's not enough progress to stop what Jaden Ivey doing. Because they believe in Killan Hayes. If they really believed in him like that, it wouldn't be no Jaden Ivey here. You probably would have seen Jalen Durham took with the 6th pick. That's probably what you would have seen. So, like I said before, it don't surprise me, bro. And I think Dwayne Casey hurting Killan Hayes too a bit because they need to be playing fast. They need to be playing fast, bro. And the more they push the ball and play with pace, the better he is. And one thing he got over Jaden Ivey is he don't rush it. He play at his own pace. And that's what you like about him. He play at his own pace. Ivey, like with all that speed Ivey got, he be playing out his truth. He got to find a pace, a controlled pace. That's one thing about Killan. He's under control. He's always in control of his speed. And people say, well, he ain't as fast as Jaden Ivey. That don't mean shit. That's one thing Ivey got to learn is to control your speed, control it in bursts. You know, stay on time. But they had to make the switch. They had to see what he could, and he took off. It ain't Ivey fault for taking off, because y'all want to believe in Killan Hayes. Y'all think every Piston is gonna go on to do what Chris Middleton did. That ain't the case. Some guys can play and some guys simply can't. And I still believe Killan Hayes will make a living in this league. But his skill set from day one, when I looked at the draft film, dude, should have went to college. But the future right now is Jaden Ivey, bro. And we all knew it when they took him. You couldn't pass up on that talent. The speed, the ability to get to the rack. And also, he playmaking. And now it's about getting Cade Cunningham healthy and the true core of the team, Dern, Cunningham, and Ivey, and building around them. And if you fortunate enough, what you want to be to get Victor Wild Banana, that's what I call him, no disrespect. Then he becomes the true core. People say, well, who's the franchise player? Who gives a fuck? Win. Don't get caught up in labels. I hate when fans do that and people do that. That's the number one thing when you playing with a man's ego. You don't play with Cade, Ivey ego, Victor Wild Banana, Dern ego. And don't nobody do it by themselves. Don't nobody do it without themselves. Why not we all shine? Why not we all get shoe deals? Why don't we all do commercials? Why? That's why I look at it as, you gotta play your part. Steph and Clay, no egos involved. They play their part. They great together. They great separate. That's what you want. Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas, even though Isaiah was the guy, he appreciated Joe Dumars. He couldn't have won it without him. So ain't no point in getting into to labels and all that type of stuff. That ain't what Detroit about. It's a team-oriented, historic. That's our history. When we good, we team-oriented. We do stuff for each other. We move as one. Going to work, Pistons. There no egos involved, bro. And, a lot of that had to do because they had veteran players. Bringing a 4-year starter for Tubby Smith at Kentucky like Tayshaun Prince. So, he was already a veteran. Well, no egos involved, bro. We brothers. You look at it, your mama, parents do have favorite kids, but your mama ain't gonna tell you, grandma gonna tell you who her favorite is usually. Love y'all all the same. And for different reasons. So, but with Killan Hayes, at the end of the day, bro, and then he wilted it on the bench, and people gonna blame, well, they shouldn't have moved him to the bench, and dude, he ain't even in the game. The future is Cunningham and Ivey, and even if Cunningham ain't the future, or Ivey ain't the future, him not being able to be compatible with each one of them, how do you justify that? He's not being able to be compatible with just one of them. That's crazy. Not one of them. So who the problem? It's like, if a couple split up, right? And he go on, he find a girl, and they comfortable, and she move on to find a guy, and they don't work. And then she find, a lot of times, and she keep going through guys, he found the girl, a lot of times she the problem. Or vice versa, or he the problem. So you keep interchanging guys with different skill sets and different names and different faces, and he can't be compatible with nobody in the backcourt. So you gonna blame Ivey, you gonna blame Cade Cunningham, or you gonna blame Killan Hayes? It ain't like with Sadiq Bey where they keep throwing aggressive shot takers in front of him, and he can't, and they not calling his number. That ain't his fault. That really ain't his fault. I mean, he got to step up and be an alpha dog. But Sadiq Bey ain't got enough alpha in him. So when you got a guy who ain't got enough alpha in him, the coach got to get it out of him. They threw Jeremy Grant in front of him. They threw Bojanovic in front of him. Trust and believe him. You won 12, 13 games. Again, who gives a hell? Let him go be himself. Stop throwing veterans in front of him, see what you truly got. And, if he took off, he goes somewhere and take off, it would not surprise me. Because coaching and general manager messed him up. But with Killan Hayes, bro, you can't deny the numbers. Y'all love going by the numbers. You can't deny the numbers. You can't deny the numbers. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. And the numbers say that that he don't work with Ivey or K Cunningham, and that could change. You can say, well, he can run the second unit and do that. But like I said, in the structure of the world, that if they're gonna keep this core, that's gonna have to happen. Bojanovic's gonna have to move to the bench if they're gonna make a move next year. Bojanovic's got to move to the bench. Burke gonna have to be on the bench. And right then and there, them two guys got good ball, high ball usage right then and there. Livers is fine. Livers will let him create for him. Diallo, he fine. They go well with Killan Hayes. One can spot up, one can slash and cut to the rim. That's Killian's thing. Even a Nerlens Noel, they find somebody younger guy that can block shots, rebound. Him and Hayes off the pick and roll. That's beautiful. But him and Bojanovic and Alec Burke is gonna be kind of like, But if Killan Hayes would advance his ball handling, and being more aggressive and asserting himself, him, Ivey, and K can all play together in the same starting lineup. But he ain't there yet. So, you can keep him in the fold and all that type of stuff. But he still got a ways to go to be there. He got to improve, the ball handling. He got to improve to being aggressive, assertive to the rim. And eventually, he just got to get a mid-range jump shot and eventually catch and shoot up from the three-point. So, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Piston Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $, CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Link trees, or just Spotify, Anchor. Link trees, the first link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.